Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with NVDA Daily Analysis. Today we notice more volatility in Nvidia stock and overall market before and after the rate cut. And this is in line with my expectation. But 50 basis point rate cut I have not expected. I was expecting 25 basis point rate cut today. In this video, we'll discuss and try to make an assessment NVIDIA stock price movement after the rate cut. We'll also talk about other important data points that can impact NVIDIA stock price movement. Now, let's get started. Starting with the daily summary, NVIDIA opened at 115.89. It made a high 117.70. It made a low 113.22 and it closed at 113.37, and that is 1.92% down. In after hours, Nvidia is up about 1.04%. So if you remember yesterday, I mentioned that before the rate cut, we might experience more volatility. And just before the rate cut, I had an opinion that market might start going up because of the excitement of the rate cut. So as you see, ups and down, no clarity before the rate cut. And you can also notice before the rate cut, Nvidia started going up. See that? So that I was expecting yesterday. And after the rate cut, you see the spike and then it went down. We'll talk about in a bit why this happened. And if you take a look overall market, you will see the same behavior. So starting with S&P, you see that after the rate cut, spike and then went down. And Nasdaq after the rate cut, it went up and then went down, right? Similar behavior. And also similar movement you see in Dow Jones as well. After the rate cut, market went up, but after some time, it went down again. And it closed at 0.25% down. Now, moving back to Nvidia, as you remember yesterday, I mentioned that my expectation is Fed will do 25 basis point rate cut. And to me, 25 basis point makes more sense because the more aggressively you react, then you add more uncertainty into the economy. So that's what Fed did this time. So by doing 50 basis point rate cut, such a big rate cut, they added more volatility and more uncertainty in the market. So that's why you see that after just finding out 50 basis point, market reacted, it went up. And after realizing that 50 basis point is good, but at the same time, there is a risk that inflation again started going up, right, after a few months. So probably market realized the negative impact of 50 basis point, so it reacted negatively after some time. And also, the other reason for Nvidia going down is the rotation. The big investor and the mutual funds, trying to rotate their money and investment from Nvidia and other AI stocks to more stable stocks. I mean, those stocks that provides good, stable forecast and consistent economic growth, right? But in case of Nvidia and other AI stock, you see that in last 9 months they already went up more than 100%, right? So market realized that after the rate cut started happening, more uncertainty or more risky the AI stocks are at this point, at least in the short term. But in my understanding, we should not get worried because I think that is a temporary reaction from the market and starting next week we'll see more clarity. So next 2 days I still think market would show lack of clarity and would show volatility, but starting Monday we might see a more clear direction from the market. So I'm more than positive, if not this week, Nvidia should start going up next week. But in my case and other investors, I guess we are in a win-win situation. I bought Nvidia stock at 120 and 126. My break even is at 123. So if Nvidia goes down below 108, I might buy more Nvidia stock because now I got more cash because I sold out other investments. On the other side, if Nvidia goes up, then probably I will be in profit anytime soon. I guess same goes with other Nvidia buyers as well. And I see some of my subscribers are in the similar situation. Now, moving on, last 5 days, Nvidia is down 3.04%. Last 1 month, Nvidia is still down 12.79%. Last 6 months, Nvidia up about 21.16%. And year to date, Nvidia up about 135.35%. It's still a very, very good returns in last 9 months. Now let's take a look forward PE for Nvidia. Nvidia forward PE at this point is at 36.81, about the same what we got end of last week. Palantir 107, not much difference from yesterday. SMCI 13.75, it went down from yesterday, but I'm still hopeful it will catch up sometime next week. AMD 38.52, it also went down compared with yesterday. So out of these four, I still think Nvidia is the safest investment for the future. Now let's take a look percentage change analysis for Nvidia. So as you see, Nvidia at this point is 2.61% down from the previous earnings announcement at the cumulative percentage change basis. So this also suggests that Nvidia has more room to go further up, as I said yesterday. Now let's take a quick look on technical charts. On your screen, you see 180-day hourly interval chart for Nvidia and also the MACD chart. So as we noted yesterday, the MACD line started going down below zero line. And I had an opinion yesterday and day before yesterday that there is no strong momentum on Nvidia at this point, either positive or negative. So I had an opinion that Nvidia still has some room to go further down, but not much. And eventually, I was expecting Nvidia, after going to this level, should bounce back. I compared this behavior with this one yesterday and day before yesterday. So in this case, you saw Nvidia after going below zero line, it went down further below. So same thing I'm expecting here, maybe a little bit more somewhere here, and then start going up based on the MACD. Now let's take a look Fibonacci levels. Based on the Fibonacci level, we notice 115 is strong support level, and still Nvidia is trading around 115. So it went down further below 115, but the momentum is weak. But still, I'm not positive that Nvidia would go and touch 108 anytime soon. But if it does, then 108 would make a very good buy for Nvidia. On the upper side is 125. So if Nvidia gains some momentum next week or so, it should go up and try to test 125 level. Now let's take a look some news regarding Nvidia. So starting with this one that says shares of stocks across sectors are trading higher after the Federal Reserve cut rates by 50 basis points. Just after the cut announcement, market went up, but after some time, it again started going down. So that's not completely true. Now this one that says Nvidia considers another acquisition aims to strengthen AI and cloud dominance. So this also tells that Nvidia thinks that future growth is going to expand further. So the acquisition at this point makes more sense for Nvidia. So they are spending more money. So now this one that says Fed credibility at stake, Wall Street position for 50 basis point cut, and highly dovish comments. So I guess 50 basis point that Fed did today, probably they were under pressure or maybe some political pressure also. So they did it. Otherwise, in my understanding, 50 basis point in the first attempt may not be a very wise decision. Or maybe they were trying to protect the job market from going down any further before the election. So, yeah, there could be a political reasoning behind it. So, now this one that is about Broadcom, it says buy Broadcom stock, its $12 billion in AI revenue has room to grow. So, that's true. Broadcom is comparatively a stable stock versus SMCI, Palantir, and other AI stocks, right? So Broadcom has multiple portfolio, not just AI. So that makes Broadcom a more stable stock versus other AI stocks. So now this one in favor of Nvidia, this says Nvidia's stock picks up a new bull who says there is still room on this train. And that's true. Nvidia still has more room to go further up, but next few days, I guess Nvidia will still be under pressure because of the volatility and the rotation just after the 50 basis point reduction. But you will notice once Nvidia starts talking about again the Blackwell chips, its production on time, and no serious issues, then you will see Nvidia will surge big time. So, like I said yesterday, Nvidia is waiting, some kind of push or some kind of catalyst to take it further high. So nothing much today. Most of the news is about the rate cut, 50 basis point. Now let's take a look other AI stocks. In my watch list, most of the AI and the tech stocks are negative today, with the exception of SoundHound and Apple. But one thing you can notice, even if these stocks went down today, but not a big reduction, less than probably about 1% overall on average. And regarding the economic data due this week, as we noted yesterday, nothing much is due this week other than the FOMC rate cut decision. So tomorrow we have weekly initial jobless claims. I don't think that'll be too much important at this point. So next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, nothing much coming up. And Friday, we have the PC index. So PC index this time may not be that important because just after the rate cut, we cannot see the impact on the inflation. Probably give it a month or two. And if we see PC index is started going up, then that won't be a good news for the market because that will suggest that inflation again started gaining momentum, and that will make Fed life more difficult and challenging regarding the second rate cut. So I guess that's all about Nvidia analysis and assessment for this week and early next week. I hope you like the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.